Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we are going to take a look at the Bright Hope Super Saiyan 2 Trunks Teen. So this is a crossover slash hybrid Saiyans kind of unit. He's on a lot of categories and he didn't have an awakening for a while. And a lot of people were calling for him to get a Dokkan Awakening, and he actually got one recently as part of the Super Dragon Ball Heroes event. But I wasn't able to cover him back then, but we're able to cover him now. So he waited 5 years, over 5 years for his Awakening, but he's got one now. So this Trunks is a crossover category lead of 120%. He is also an all types 70% lead, both are 3 key. He raises his defense for 3 turns on his super attack up to 20%. He also has attack and defense of 150% when performing a super attack, plus an additional attack of 30% and defense of 30%, and a chance of performing a critical hit plus 15% per crossover category ally attacking in the same turn. He also has all allies key +1 and attack and defense of 25%, plus an additional key +1 and attack and defense of 15% for crossover category allies. So for crossover category allies he's a 40% support, and for everyone else he's a 25% support, which is pretty good. He has Golden Warrior, Saiyan Warrior Race, Super Saiyan, Saiyan Lineage, Royal Lineage, Prepared for Battle, and Shattering the Limit as his link skills. In terms of build, you can build him cross between AGL and crit, but I would still favor crit. He doesn't have attack effectives against all types, and crits will help him get some damage, but giving him some additional will definitely help him build up those stacks, because he can stack attack and defense over a period of 3 turns, which means he can carry an extra stack if he gets an additional. In terms of category, Hybrid Saiyans, Time Travelers, Vegeta's Family, Bond of Master and Disciple, Super Saiyan 2, Battle of Wits, Crossover, and Beyond Super Saiyan. All pretty solid categories. If you take all of his additional boosts into account, he will have a total attack of 400% and 325% defense when he attacks with crossover category allies in your team. So this guy is pretty damn good. We're going to take a look at how he does, but so my unit has 2 dupes. Pretty solid unit overall, but he's a really good unit. He's just very solid, provides a lot of support for the rotation, which is always fantastic. We will be trying him here on the crossover team, getting a good idea of how he performs with 2 crossover allies in the turn, and then we'll also be taking a look at how he performs in a situation where he doesn't have crossover allies in the turn. Now the thing with Trunks is, even without crossover allies, he does seem to just be pretty damn good. A 25% attack and defense support, along with also having attack and defense of 150% when performing a super attack, is pretty good on any team really. The only thing with Trunks is because it's on super, his attack and defense, you are going to want to make sure that you run him in the 2nd and 3rd slot. So ideally as a floating unit, but he is completely viable on all of his categories as a floating unit. Hybrid Saiyans, Time Travelers, Vegeta's Family, Bond of Master and Disciple, Super Saiyan 2, Battle of Wits, Crossover, all of these categories he can pretty much effectively be on. Obviously crossover being his most effective, but the nice thing is that now the crossover category is starting to expand. On the Hybrid Saiyans, Time Travelers, Vegeta's Family, Bond of Master and Disciple, and Super Saiyan 2, there's actually a large amount of really decent options to pair with Trunks. Trunks' link set is pretty decent. He actually has quite a wide ranging link set. Super Saiyan's a very common attack link. Saiyan Lineage is a decent key link, especially amongst Hybrid Saiyans teams. Royal Lineage helps him on the Vegeta's Family, of course. Prepared for Battle is a super common, one of the most common key links. Shattering the Limit is especially common amongst crossover units and free-to-play units. And Saiyan Warrior Race is a common enough attack link, with Golden Warrior being more Super Saiyan specific. So he's got a nice diversity in his link set, which allows him to function really quite well overall, and can be very interesting in terms of his overall production. If we take a look, in terms of link leveling, what does he gain? Well, so he gains about 5% on Royal Lineage, 5% attack and defense on the same lineage, He gains 5% attack from Super Saiyan, 5% attack from Saiyan Warrior Race. He gains a little bit of enemy defense reduction, attack and defense from Prepared for Battle, and attack and defense from Sharing the Limit. So if you were to add all of those up, you're looking at about 25% or so. 30% attack and defense, about 15%, sorry, 30% attack, 15% defense, and a little bit of enemy reduction. So we've got him here. He's got 5 links active, pretty damn good, and he's got 81,000 defense. Remember, now he gains all of his defense upon super, so having 81,000 to start is a very, very good starting point, considering it's going to go up quite dramatically. He will also stack his defense upon his super, which will raise it even higher. We do have the, Int Vegeta's family support here, which is obviously quite helpful, but this whole setup is pretty damn good for him. 81k, really, really solid amount in terms of defense. It's going to basically shoot very, very high up, close to the 200k mark, before you stack on his super as well. So defensively incredible, and a good attack stat as well. A really, really solid attack stat, close to 3 mil. No link leveling or anything on this guy. Obviously quite a lot of links, and we did manage to get some support, but this is with 2 crossover units, but still very close to 3 mil. Excellent attack stat. It's a 2 dupe unit. He's got a lot of links active, but none of them are really link leveled. So this guy's looking super duper solid. He's a really, really solid unit. Looks like he's gonna bring a lot of decent defense as a floater or as a second cover unit. And his support makes everyone else hit harder, which is always pretty damn good. So for me, I think this guy is really, really awesome. And overall I think he's going to do a really good job, especially on the crossover category. It's going to be pretty nuts how well this guy is going to do on that category for you. So you definitely got some pretty decent options. In terms of like just running this guy and seeing how he performs, and really, really good. So we're going to shift over and we're going to try him out on the Hybrid Saiyans team. We're not going to be utilizing as many crossover category units. So in here we just have the Pan, the Xeno Pan, and her support is for Dragon Ball Heroes, which he is not a part of. So he's just a crossover unit. He's not part of the Dragon Ball Heroes team, so her support will not apply there. So we're just pretty much taking a look at how he does on a team, without essentially looking at like his build or units or anything. If you're going to exclusively run him on a crossover team, then rather just go for additional, because he will have that additional crit chance with all of them on his team. Like with 2 of them in the rotation, you got 30% crit chance. So it's pointless going for a crit based build when in reality he's going to have practically a 1 in 3 chance of getting a crit on his super. So I don't think that's suggested. I definitely wouldn't do that if I was essentially looking at running him on a team. So we've got him here, only 2 links active, not that many, but we do have pretty decent support on the rotation. He's got 71k defense, which is pretty good. Remember, that's going to go up quite a lot. So we are looking at around the 150k mark, which is really, really good. Considering he will also keep a stack for a turn, and we'll be able to see that stacking mechanic in this team, because we're going to be able to see him attack more than once, and we get close to 2 million. So in terms of build and everything, pretty solid. Obviously we have Pandel in that turn, so Pandel is classified as a crossover unit, but Pandel is an incredibly viable unit that can run on the Hybrid Saiyans. And if you have just run Pandel or anything like that, you'll see she's perfectly viable enough to be run as a support or a unit on that team. So overall, honestly, not that big an issue. He looks really, really solid, and he's bringing a lot to the table, which I think is great, that additional support. So I think overall, really, really good. Very, very impressed, with what he's bringing to the table, how he's doing. I think his versatility is also great. The fact that they gave him an all allies support ability alongside a crossover support ability means he's not entirely limited to a crossover category team. he will excel with our crossover units. He will just look exceptional, absolutely exceptional with them. So here we've got a really good setup for him. So we've got, like here, look at that, 125,000 defense. He's going to raise his defense on Super, which is fantastic. He does have 5 links and support from the Trunks, and he's got support from Pandel. So this is a very, very good turn for him. But we're going to see just how good it can get. This Trunks has aged a little bit, but yeah, if you run him with this guy, he's going to do somewhat okay, especially for middling to medium hard events. Although I do think this Trunks 2.7 million very, very good. I do think this Trunks does excel personally as more a floater unit, just constantly having that good defense, constantly providing support to both rotations, and his link set's so diverse that he's going to get key from the middle unit, and I just think it's better overall, no matter what team you run him on. That way you also don't have to prioritize his crossover build, but if you are running a crossover team, then this guy is definitely an absolute machine in the second slot. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to step across and take a look at his links and see what that brings us. So in terms of linking partners, this guy has got a couple decent ones. Surprisingly, the majority of them are Vegeta units, but we're looking at Golden Warrior, Saiyan Lineage, Saiyan Warrior Race, Royal Lineage, Prepared for Battle, Shattering the Limit, and of course the Saiyan Warrior Race. So we have a lot of various links that we can run here. Pretty solid overall. If you want to look at what you should probably have, you should probably just have Super Saiyan, Prepared for Battle. Those are going to be super duper common links that he's going to share with a lot of units, Golden Warrior as well. And you can see right off the bat the list is very long. It's like a classic archetype of Super Saiyan units that you can link him with. Now, not all of them are going to be on a team with him. Remember, he is Super Saiyan 2, but a lot of Vegeta's family, a lot of hybrid Saiyans, a lot of Time Travelers units there. You also have units like the Xeno Trunks, who could in future, if he gets a EZA or something like that, going to look very good alongside this Trunks as a crossover unit and will be a perfect partner for him on almost every single team. So you do have really good options like that. Then if we add Royal Lineage, we obviously cut the links down a little bit because we are factoring in, you know, Vegeta's family units, but you can see there's a prime amount of units to link him with. There's a great unit in the form of the Physical Kid Trunks, who shares a lot of links with him, a very good unit who can stack their defense quickly, and alongside this Trunks will allow him to function in the second slot. Same with this Vegeta. So there's a lot of really good options here, really good pairing partners for him. And then yeah, pretty insane. If we want to just take a look at like how he looks elsewhere, if you just want to take a look at Shattering the Limit, for example, and maybe Prepared for Battle being the primary links, you've got a couple options here. You've got the Dark Mask King, who's a crossover unit, also on Vegeta's family, also on Time Travelers. Very, very good unit. And then you've also got obviously the Masked Saiyan, which is also on Vegeta's family, also a crossover unit. So you've got a couple options there that are a mixed bag, but Trunks just has a great link set across the board, and so I do suggest if you're using him to just try him out on a lot of teams. He'll help you out and he'll be great on all of them. But that's going to be it from me, guys. Let me know what you think about Trunks. Do you think he's good? Do you like him? Do you think you should use him? Have you used him? And if you are looking at building a crossover team, this guy is going to be great for you. He is got an awesome Dokkan Awakening. But that is going to be it from me. So as always, guys, take care, stay safe, and if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. Otherwise, leave a comment and I'll get back to you. And I'll see you next time. Bye.